Victoria's Opposition Leader John Pesutto has declared his state needs rescuing. In an exclusive interview before he heads off on the Kokoda Track, the Liberal leader told Sky News his pilgrimage is not only about paying respect, but also reflecting on how he could become Premier.
Sitting down before stepping off, Victoria's opposition leader is among 5 sitting MPs accompanying school students to embark on a rite of passage. Well, halfway through the parliamentary term, why do you want to go off and walk Kokoda?
It's a matter of sacred significance in Australian politics and history, and certainly our military history, and the men in particular who died on that march are something I'd love to pay my tribute to and to commemorate as well.
Mr Pesutto and his colleagues follow in the footsteps of many Australians. Just recently, Anthony Albanese for Anzac Day, learning the values of those who fought: courage, endurance, mateship and sacrifice. What do they mean to you in your political life, and if not personal life, and what do you think you'll get out of this experience?
For me and my colleagues, it's about rescuing Victoria, putting us back on a steady path where people can enjoy the opportunities our state should provide them. So in terms of that resilience piece, hope and courage, you need to show all of those things in public life. So for politicians in particular, I think everybody should do the walk at some point.
You said there it's about rescuing Victoria. Does Victoria need rescuing?
Yes, it does. We're in a really bad way as a state. And it's worse than people might realise.
Mr Pesutto citing the need for funds to pay for health with services in crisis, cutting back as Victoria's infrastructure big build continues. Why don't you just vow to stop the suburban rail loop, potentially rip up contracts? I understand there are elements of your party that have been pushing the shadow cabinet to resolve to do that. Why don't you just be categoric about that as leader?
But Simon, I get it. If it were all simple and easy, I would can the project in a second. But I do have to be responsible and look at what the obligations Victorians are on the hook for when we come to office, if we're given that privilege and honour.
Mr Pesutto travels to Papua New Guinea as he faces defamation action from former colleague Moira Deeming, a distraction many in his party see could damage their chances at the polls. Do you feel you're getting somewhere? Do you feel that come November 2026 you're actually picking up seats?
Yes.
Why do you feel that at the moment, especially as you've got this court case hanging around your neck at the moment?
Yeah, the court case will come and go. I'm not too...
Are you sure it'll go?
Yeah. I was a lawyer for many years, and they come and go. It's not the business I'm concerned about. What I would say about my colleagues in the broader Liberal movement, particularly in Victoria, is that they can now see the light on the hill. They can see that victory is possible. We are 5 to 6 points ahead of Labor on primary. We've got more work to do, but our trend is positive and it's quite pronounced, and our lead over the government is significant.
Do you feel a sense or a metaphor in what you're doing over the next fortnight? Have you been training?
Yes.
More than just walking up and down Burke Road, as
yeah.
I hear you've been doing?
I have done that a few times, but I've been doing a series
I grew up
of
on Burke Road. I know it's hilly, but it's not as hilly as Kokoda.
Not nearly, I don't think. But look, I'm confident that I've got in the best physical shape I think I could have got in, given the demands of this role.
The trek begins later this week. Simon Love, Sky News, Melbourne.